Here we go. 3, 2. That's right, it's Sunday. And I promised you some Sunday shenanigans, and I have got lots for us to get into today. Sit back, relax, it could be a longer one, just the way we like it on a Sunday. And of course, a big thank you to all you members that are turning up right now. Many thanks. We'll go over what we're going to get into. We'll have a brief chat with the members, and then we will open it up to everybody, and we'll get everybody in here. We'll get a laugh, we'll get high strangeness, we'll get weirdness. We've got it all going on today, folks. Absolutely. Sunday Shenanigans is about to get going. Never fear. Yes, Kev Baker is near ye. That moment when you refer to yourself in the third person. Less of that. More of the Sunday shenanigans. Yes, indeed. Big shout out to everyone that's coming in just now. All you members who are the lifeblood of the channel. Many, many, many thank yous for your continued support. I know the amount of content has gone down by over 50% in recent times, and I want to thank all of you for hanging on in there, for sticking with me. And I kind of beat myself up sometimes because I can't do the show and the stream on the same day. But then I remember that you people out there, you don't put any pressure on me to do that. That's all on me. So I've kind of had to wrap my head around that. And on the days when I do feel up to it, fine, I'll be here with extra stuff as well. So again, like always, massive thank you to all of you. You're all a little part of the Kev Baker Show, and together we make it all. It's complete. So we'll do what we usually do now on a Sunday. I hate the idea of keeping things behind a paywall. Now, I understand you people have stepped up to the mark and you'd probably like some exclusive content, and we'll get round to that at some point. We'll think of something. But I also am very aware that we're living in very hard times. And I like to think that people out there, maybe nothing to do, they might be living alone or whatever, and we can give them somewhere for a couple of hours where they can come and hang out, because we're all about the woo, the fun, coming together. And on a Sunday, we drop all of our conspiratorial and rabbit hole stuff at the door, and we get firmly into fun, comedy, laughing at things. Listen, when I laugh at something, I'm doing it with the utmost respect as well. We're going to take a look at a couple of characters that we've come across in the past here on the channel. Rudolph the Tall White Alien and his alien hybrid friend. Yes, we've got updates from them. It just gets crazier and crazier. And, it's not that I'm making fun of Rudolph or his friend. I just find them amusing. I find it funny. And we'll get into some of that. We've got people doing the strangest of things. We've got woo. We've got weirdness. We've got everything. I'm telling you. And of course, because it's like nothing really structured, we may dig up other stuff along the way as well. Ghosty stories. We've got aliens. We've got UFOs to look at. And of course, if you couldn't make it last night, what an absolutely fantastic conversation I had with this guy over here. Pull up. There we are. Yes, Mr. Stephen Cambion with the best laugh on YouTube. It's the most infectious laugh in the world. Great conversation. It's rubbed some people up the wrong way. I knew it would, but it's the kind of conversation that needs to be had about the state, or the uncomfortable truth about ufology, as we called it. Now, I knew it would annoy some people, but like I say, ufology has only become as crazy and as larpy and as infected and overrun with liars and larpers and con men because we've all been too nice over the years. When we first seen a blue chicken, a lot of people called it for what it was in the beginning, but a lot of people just, oh yeah, and they want to believe. I get that, and they're too scared to listen to that little voice in the back of their mind that says, "Hang on a minute, hang on a little minute here. I mean, we like the woo, but just let's think about this." And we need to pay attention to that little voice, and we need to call it out when we see it. Now, I don't agree with Stephen on everything, and he wouldn't agree with me on everything, but that's not what it's all about. And I am going to probably, when I do a gaming session, and I'm still trying to get to terms with Forza. It's a beast of a game. It's massive. But when I do, we'll have the racing on, and we'll turn the volume down, and we'll put that interview with Stephen Cambion on over the top of it. I think that'd be good. I think Sid would much appreciate that. Sid is a big, huge fan of Stephen Cambion, as am I. And this was like his dream interview. He's been waiting for this to happen forever. Do you know where he was last night when the show happened? Sleeping. He fell asleep. Can you believe it? said. It's always the same, right? But no, we'll find a way of getting that out there. We truly, truly will. So I'm trying to think what else we've got here, what we can go over before we bring in the bigger audience. And on Friday, maybe it's just me, and maybe I'm biased because I was on the show, but I thought Freaky Friday was absolutely fantastic. And what really put the icing on the cake was when we opened up the phone lines. I really do. I was blown away. And I suppose we might be victims of our own success or your own good stories, because I want to do that every week. But how do you keep up that level of woo? It was absolutely fantastic. So thank you to Jules, to Bobby Trizzle. We had Algo. Um, we had a few more people calling in, and I'm sorry if I've forgotten your name there, right? But really good stuff. And during Freaky Friday, I mentioned something about Boleskine House. Yes, their Halloween tour that they had, and the discussion that was had on the tour about a secret tunnel that may have been located. Well, I've got it pulled up here on Google Earth, and we'll go and take a quick look at that, at the actual location, just before we open things up. We kick back and get ready for the full shenanigans ahead, okay? But this is the place that I was talking about. So Boleskine House, we go in here. No, we don't do that. I'm absolutely useless at doing this, folks. Here we go. We're going to fly in, look. I was talking about the tunnel that might be there. If I come over to the bigger websites here, it might be easier to see. If we look at this, now, here lies Boleskine House. That's the remains of it. And if you can see down here, you can see there's a little wall there. That's actually like a building. And this here is a graveyard. You can see how there would be a line of sight between any tunnel. And they say the tunnel, they were jumping on it about here. When you draw a line back, that's a straight shot to the house. Anywhere along there, you've got a straight shot to the house. And this building down here, what was going on there back in the day, I do not know. Because like I say, look, it's right in the darkest kind of corner of the place. And Crowley had a tunnel right to it. There you go. There you go. A little bit of woo. A little bit of woo before we even get going today. So yes, indeedy. Very good Freaky Friday. And we'll be opening up the phones again this week. And on Monday, coming up on the Kev Baker show on TFR, I'm going to have Naysay on again. Mondays and Naysay are going hand in hand right now. It's absolutely awesome. So, don't know what we're going to get into, but when Naysay comes to the table, he is always armed with good content, good conversation. And I'm not sure about other guests we've got lined up for the week. I think we have Mary Decina on the Thursday night. I think there's a full moon coming up, and I think Mary's going to be on the show then. But we'll check that before the end of the stream today. So I'm going to come into the chat room. I'm going to see what's happening in there. I bet it's Cthulhu down there, Kev. I tell you, Armand. Shh. Wouldn't be me that's going into that little tunnel. That's all I'm going to say. So Sid Fitch says he woke up 1 hour after it was done. Typical, man, innit? I've done it. Malaya says Twitch might handle it. Twitch would be okay with that conversation. Don't think YouTube would be. I'd probably have the hybrid or the love child of the insectoid, a guy in the UK. Won't say his name because he'll probably will try and take me to court. He probably would. Him and the algorithm, I don't think would have liked all the stuff that we were talking about. No, definitely not. So, who else have we got in here? Jennifer's in there. Jocelyn. Jules with a fantastic call. Always good woo. Jules can phone in again next week because Jules has always got woo. And I think there was more stories, we just didn't have time. So more than welcome to call in again, Jules. Who else we got? Armand. Longer the better. I do like the longer streams on a Sunday, I must admit. So does Jocelyn. There we go. I'm going to just share this link again with the little Facebook group that we've got, just to make sure people get the link. I'll say I will open it up public in 10 minutes. There we go. 10 minutes we've got. So anything on your mind out there while we wait? Now, we had new music today. You might have noticed a bit of new music. No, not that one. Not that one. I'm trying to find us better copyright-free music, folks. That's what I'm trying to do. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we've got this. You have to put a kind of little blurb, a link to the song. You can find it in the description. Yes, indeed. So hopefully we'll be able to source some good music. Yes, full moon is Friday, and Mary was very aware that our Fridays are a different ball game, a different show. It's not the Kev Baker show on a Friday. So we're doing it on the Thursday with Mary DeSena. Yes, and that means Scotty Lopez will hopefully be on the show as well, if he's not too busy. And I'm going to keep an eye on Skype, because I remember Scott said if he's at a loose end today, he might just hit us up and he might just come and hang out. And I love me some Scotty Lopez time. The V convention coming up soon. Can't wait. Jules, I tell you, you have bringing V back to the table in the first place. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal, because always a favourite show. And good to discuss, especially in present times. But if everything pans out that we were kind of talking about on Discord the other day, that's going to turn into something really, really good. But we'll see. We won't tempt fate just yet. Yeah. Algo. I think Algo's in there. Good man, Algo. Let's see. I thought it was Scotty. I thought it was Scotty. Not yet. Not yet. I'm sure he'll check in. I've got a funny feeling Scotty will check in. I really do. We all love us some Scotty, says Jules. Absolutely. I couldn't agree with that more. A little bit of background tunes on. Yes, indeedy. Come on, folks. What else is happening? Will we take a look at some of the stuff I've got pulled up for us today, or do you want it to be a total surprise? We're going to start off, right? We're going to start off by getting into some ghosty woo. We're going to listen to some potentially really, really good EVPs from the Ghosts of Carmel, Maine. Yes, indeedy. And folks, it's going to get repetitive, because I'm going to have to tell people when they come in we're going to be getting into this stuff as well. Got a really interesting ghost video. UFOs, aliens, a strange mystery man found somewhere. We've got the mystery of the missing feet. There you go. We've also got some Egyptian woo. Rudolph the Tall White. We've got a couple of offerings from Rudolph the Tall White. And in fact, we've even got a song from Rudolph the Tall White. His latest hit single's out, man. It's pretty epic. It's pretty epic, it's all I'm going to say. We've got a woman who gave up men for chimpanzees. We've also got a really, really pointless scientific study that I don't believe anything in. We have got... What else have we got? Hairy hands. Remember the hairy hands woo that we got into some time ago? Hairy hands was back in the news and I'd missed it. We got some of that. I'm going to reveal the Brits' worst fears. Is it clowns? Is it mimes? Is it spiders? Heights? We'll get into all of that stuff. We're going to get into... People find the most disgusting and strange things in their McDonald's meals. We've got the wonders of science as well. Some cool videos and pictures and stuff to look at. We don't need that. Do we need that? No, we don't need that. And we've got the website where I swear people do the weirdest and most wonderful of things. And ghost stories. And probably a whole lot more. So how about I shove on some music, go back for a little interlude. We'll open it up to the public. And we'll get this party started. How does that sound, folks? I think that's sounding pretty good to me and you. And yes, we've got the Major down there. The Major is in the house. What Major? You know what Major.
So what are you going to do about it? Nothing? Sweet Fanny Adams, is it?
Now remember, if anyone comes into the chat room, right? Call me Orwell, but if they're like coming in with like heavy conspiracy baggage and they're just spurging out, like they're freaking out and just triggering algorithms everywhere, please feel free to with a wrench. It's Sunday. We leave all that baggage. It's going to be waiting there for us on Monday. Promise me, folks. Or I promise you. It ain't going anywhere. And Sunday's our day of shenanigans. So, yes, let's hope there isn't any of that going on, right? Let's open it up to the public. Even before we open it up to the public, right? This is the kind of shenanigans. Look, this is what I'm dealing with, and that's just one of my monitors. Just one of the monitors. Yes, indeed. You see, it's all going on here at the back end, not my back end, the back end. Where am I going with that? Who knows? Who knows? We'll be back in a moment. We're going public. Come on in, folks. That's right. Hit like, hit share. Get it out there. And then, Donnie, I'm going to answer your question. Don't worry about that, dude. I've got you covered. I come from the biggest fault line in Scotland. No surprise there. I crawled out from the fault line, dude. Hey. Yes, we've been live in the members lounge, but now it's open for all. Be respectful, be funny, be chill, and we'll all be cool. I'll be with you in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Yes, indeed. And now we're back with a view counter. We've got the chat box on the screen. You know, when you do the members stream, because it goes out as private, Streamlabs, it doesn't pick it up. So that's why it appears all of a sudden when we go live to the public. And anyone just joining us, thank you very, very much. We have our members only shenanigans on a Sunday. Only it's not members only. It's for everyone. And I want to thank all of the people in green and the members in blue out there who help to keep this channel going and allows us to open up the content for everyone. So we're all welcome here, or you are all welcome here. I'm talking about myself in the third person a little bit too much today. Before you joined the show, I was getting into some of the stuff we were going to be going over. I was getting into some of the stuff that we could talk about today. And we had been taking a look at somewhere we had mentioned on Freaky Friday, Boleskine House. And it just so happens, synchronistically, Donnie, the guy who remembers me from previous lives, and I'm not saying that to make fun of it, I'm throwing it out there to show that the synchronicities can be explained, perhaps. We've done this many times before, but he happened to ask a question about fault lines in Scotland. Just so happens that Boleskine House, fault lines, Fort Augustus, where I grew up, happens to be on the biggest fault line. We'll take a look at that, Donnie. I've got your question covered, man. But for everyone joining us live just now, we've got ghosts, we've got weird stories, we've got funny stories, we've got UFOs, aliens, we've got probably just a little bit of everything, and Rudolph the Tall White Alien. And not only just Rudolph the Tall White Alien, the hybrid that he works with as well. And if that wasn't enough, we've got Rudolph's latest hit single. I tell you, only on the Kev Baker Show on YouTube. It's like no other live stream. It's crazy. It's cringy. It's bad. We've got the worst tunes. But I tell you what, you add it all together and listen, it's a good distraction from the madness that's going to be waiting for us after we get off this stream. So park your conspiracies at the door. leave the rabbit hole almost behind and swap them for the ones I'm going to take you down here in the next 2, 3, 4, I don't know how many hours. We could just keep going and going and going. And I hope you all managed to catch my very, very honest conversation with Stephen Cambion last night over at Truth Seekers. And I'll give his website a little shout out here. Pull it up here. There we are. Stephen Cambion's website there. Now my stinger, I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what's going on. It's slowing down. It's jittering. I tell you, man, it's because we're loaded with that many tabs open. It's making the quantum machine slow down. That's how much content we've got to get into today. Plus we'll be coming into the audience as well. Got it all covered. We've even got exploding head emojis when things get really, really tough. You see? And sometimes I need to think about it. Sometimes I just need to think about it. So, yes, like I say, there's no other live stream like it. Doesn't mean it's a good thing, though. Doesn't mean it's a good thing. So, yes, Stephen Cambion, here he is over here. We'll blow it up a bit. I had a conversation with him last night, and it was absolutely fantastic. Not everyone's going to like it. It's going to rub a lot of people up the wrong way, but it's a conversation that needed to be had about the uncomfortable truth about ufology. You can only imagine, and trust me, you can only imagine the stuff that we got into. But yeah, great fun there. So I want to go and I want to answer Donnie's question about fault lines in Scotland, if we may. And this is where we were on the members stream before Donnie came in and everyone coming in now. And what we're looking at is Boleskine House. Boleskine House here. We've got the graveyard over there. Most haunted place I've ever been to. And we were talking about a tunnel that may or may not exist. And it sounds like it definitely does exist, because on a recent Halloween tour, they were showing the tour attendees. One of them started jumping up and down in the graveyard, and you could hear a hollow echo from under the ground, which really adds weight to the whole tunnel scenario. They can't dig in the graveyard for obvious reasons, although I think they probably would if they could. But they can. This is all theirs, all their land there, so they can do that. And I bring this up to show Donnie what we're talking about and the synchronicity, because if I zoom out here, you start to see Loch Ness. And Loch Ness is the result of a massive fault line. Now, here's where I was brought up, Fort Augustus, but if we zoom out, you can actually see this here, and there's a more defined kind of picture over here of what I'm talking about. So that's what we're talking about here. There's Loch Ness right in there. And this is the Great Glen fault line. There you go. So, Donnie, I'm not too sure. I think you were asking about stone circles. If you think of this, if I come back here and I start zooming in, this is bear in mind that Inverness is right on the Great Glen. Clava Cairns is, well, we've got Culloden battlefield there. But just to get us right into Clava Cairns. So, pretty much around the fault line area. Because we've got this one here as well. So yes, we've got stone monuments at fault lines, Donnie. I don't know if that helps you in your search for what you were asking. Yes, the megalithic structures are basically in between two fault lines. Very close proximity, to be honest with you. If I zoom out from Clava, you'll see how close it is to Inverness. Need to turn it round. Oh, how do we turn it round? There we go. Keep turning it. There we go. Clava Cairns, Inverness. So right at the top of the Great Glen, dude. Right at the top. You like that? You liking that, Donnie? I think that's pretty cool. So we're ready to dive into it then. And the other day, I think again it was on Freaky Friday, I was mentioning the ghosts of Carmel, Maine. Now, let me check my Skype. Hang on now. I thought it was Scotty Lopez again. It's not. It's not. But we were talking about the ghosts of Carmel, Maine. And for people who don't know, this is like a property that is like seriously haunted. We watched a video some time ago of a shadow entity that appears to fly out of the bedroom window. It's in the bedroom. It's crazy. It's creepy. If you haven't checked out this channel before, I strongly recommend it. It's called The Ghosts of Carmel, Maine. I'll drop this full video in the chat room. I found a little EVP type session they were doing today. And we'll have a little listen to that. Because I tell you what, when it comes to EVPs, I'll be very honest with you. I'm one of these people that doesn't have a good ear. A lot of the time, I need somebody to prompt me first, to tell me what's been said, and then I hear it. So then you have to beg the question, well, am I really hearing it, or is it just that my brain is wanting to find the closest pattern it recognizes to that? And with somebody already telling you, you see what I'm saying? But I do think the EVP, the phenomenon, could be very real. I'm very open to the fact that these entities can manipulate energies and frequencies. And I'm not saying it's a fact, it can definitely happen, but I'm definitely one that thinks, yeah, there's potential for communication that way. Now, how it all takes place, that's beyond my pay grade. Way beyond my pay grade. But we're going to go and listen now to a session that took place with the gentleman that owns Carmel, Maine. We'll see what happens. We'll get your take on it. I think it's pretty cool. But look, that's a creepy teddy bear to begin with anyway. Creep factor already going. Here we go, folks.
And that's the first time we've used it that we've gotten any kind of response from it within your house.
I find it really interesting when Russ talked about the vibration feeling that he got in his chest. There are many times I feel on different sections, parts of my body, this vibration feeling. It's almost like, for instance, if I had a cell phone in my shirt pocket and the volume was turned down and the cell phone goes off where it vibrates and you can feel it vibrate on your skin, that's exactly what it feels like. I've felt that sensation on my legs, my hips, my back, my chest, my face, my arms. And what Russ said kind of verifies my theory. This is why if a spirit box or ghost box is properly used and you send out this vibration energy, which sound is vibration energy, this amplifies when these spirits talk. It amplifies their EVPs.
See, that's the exact kind of thing I'm talking about. Exactly. And it was when I was listening to this earlier on today, I'm thinking, yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I think it's a thing. It cuts now to the EVP session. Now, you might need to turn your volume up a little bit. Some of them aren't so clear. The words will come up on the screen, which I'm torn between. Yes, I get it. It helps. It's a visual aid to something that's a bit ambiguous at times. But again, is it priming us? Personally, I think some of these are really clear. But as we always say on KBS, we, me and Dave, yes, I provide, you decide. So let's get into the warning, as they call this.
You guys in here? Somebody
I'm going to boost the volume just a little, folks. Give me 2 seconds. Here we go.
here to visit you. Hi.
You see, the Howdy Kent one, I'm not sure if I didn't get that. I listened to that a few times. I don't think I got it. But I'm going to shut up because I know I'm bad for this. I know I'm very bad for this. But But at the same time, I've got to add some of my very witty and cringy commentary. So it's fair use. And of course, I highly recommend this channel. Big shout out to the people behind the Ghosts of Carmel, Maine. And hopefully they don't mind us taking a little peek at some of their content. And we're going to take a look at the wealth, absolute abundance of content for all you ghost hunters out there. If you like watching this stuff that they've got on the channel, it's amazing the amount of stuff they've got on there.
Hear that? Howdy, Tim. When you guys say you're trapped here, are you talking about inside this house? What do you mean by that when you say you're trapped here? I mean, I don't understand the realm you're in. You guys know it better than I do. So when you say you're trapped here, what does that mean?
Now, I don't know, but that one's pretty clear, right? Pretty clear, and it sounds like intelligent responses as to people just shouting out like cucumber or I don't know, quantum bits. Not that Ghost would shout quantum bits. I don't know. It's what goes on in my head, all right? But you feel me? This is kind of creepy woo going on here. It's the kind of stuff that Carmel, Maine is definitely famous for.
How do you think you can get untrapped? What would it take for you to be untrapped?
Do you guys know you're dead?
That one is as plain as day, right? That is really plain.
He wants to know if you know you're dead. That was creepy.
Yeah. Who's here with us right now?
Now that sounds that I don't know that one there. I don't know.
That was creepy.
Yeah. Who's here with us right now?
Just me that's got the ooga booga old hairs standing on end there. It's a demon. Oh boy. I'm telling you, man.
Do the dead rest in peace?
You know, it's not easy because you've got people like me and people like these ghost hunters there and all these people all around the world trying to contact them. Maybe they just want peace and quiet, man. You know, maybe they just want left alone. Probably not again. People in that damn voice box, that ghost box, those pesky living ones. It probably doesn't play out like that, but you never know. Will we go on? Do we want more? One for more. Or two for it's cringy. One for more, two for oh, move on. I'll leave it with the chat. Come on, chat. Help me out here. Do me the solid. One for more. More Carmel main woo. I'm thinking if we go for more Carmel main woo, you people are going to definitely want a bit of that. One. Octo-eye. I like it, man. What types of rocks are around that house? Good call, dude. Cringy, nothing as it seems cringy. Well, the ones are winning so far. Johnny's on a 1. Ones and twos in, ladies and gents. Come on, ones. 2, but 1. 1. It's looking like a resign. See, we're democratic around here. No shenanigans, nothing. Like, totally transparent. That's how to do it, man. That's probably how they will do it in the future. Like, we'll just, like, through a YouTube chat or something, we'll be, like, electing people. Like, Master of the Universe. Gareth. It's a new name, I think. Good to see you. Good you're here. Number 1. It's looking like a resounding 1, folks, right? You pesky ghost hunters out there. Oh, you're leading me astray. Bernays is having none of it. None of it. Get behind me, Satan. Absolutely, man. Hey, we can laugh, but I do have the Bible on the desk here. Haha, never far away. You see, I'm haha. You think I'm lying and all. I'm not. It's right there, right there. So, yes, indeedy. Hey, you gotta be careful when you're talking about these things. The Ooga Boogas. Carol's having none of it. We'll have like, how about we come to a happy compromise, right? We'll have like a couple of more minutes of it. And then we'll move on to a ghosty video that we've got. It's an older ghosty video. Remember those VHS tapes? Remember those things? It's one of those ones. Might be harder to make something up on those ones. I don't know, but let's get back into a bit of this, right?
That definitely sound like Rachel. The next night I continue this investigation up in my bedroom and try to figure out, once again, about Abby. And this investigation ends up taking a complete turn. A very troubling turn.
Oh,
Where is Abby's head at right now?
now that's, listen, that window there. Where is it? That window there. That window terrifies me. Oh, yeah, we'll get that. Oh, not that one. Get exploding head off. That terrifies me because I know exactly what window that is. That's the window that the Shadow Man flew out. Right. Well, I'm going to have to go and find that. For people who maybe aren't aware of it. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Where are we now? Where are we? Home. No. Let's see. Shadow Man.
But you know what? I said I don't want to.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. So if we come back here.
Hello? Are you talking? What the hell is that noise? Son of a bitch!
Yeah. That isn't even the worst bit.
What the hell is that noise? Son of a bitch!
Ooh. So there's that. But the real bit in question. Where is it? We go here. I think this is it coming up.
Who's in here?
Don't know if this is the right one. Bear with me here, folks. Bear with
Hello?
me here. No, I don't think it is. Hang on. Hang on. Damn. Where are you? It's going to be right at the bottom, isn't it? Where it all started. Uh, I have to search YouTube. Hang on, folks. Hang on. Is that it? Or is that the one we were just on? That's the one we were just on, right? Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Frank, musician, photographer here in the Midwest, and welcome to Paranormal Apparitions Caught on Camera. Alright, so you see this person standing by the window. Now, he had been going back and forth and walking around the house trying to capture EVPs and just filming. And he heard noise upstairs, and then as he went upstairs and he panned the camera around, this figure was standing by the window. And
oh, I see better than that. Oh, come on, man.
We are back! Welcome back to our channel, everybody! We are so glad to see you here with us.
Spiritualism, and I'm not a medium. All right, let's get on with the video.
So what we're about to show you is some clips from when he had just moved in. He didn't really have any equipment to investigate.
No. Come on. No.
Is there anything you wanted to say?
Right, I can't find the one. I can't find it, but we'll go back and hear some of his latest stuff going on here. think this is where we are, isn't it?
Is it in this house? Have the capability to cause suggestive thinking on the living, and there is a really good possibility that even when you're sleeping at night, there could be spirits speaking, and you could be dreaming about what they say. It's called suggestive thinking. I know this exists because I've experienced it many times while awake.
Oh, where do your dreams come from? Are they voices from the other realms whispering to you in your sleep? Well, I'll be staying up all night tonight. That's all I'm going to say. Yes, indeed. So what are the chat rooms saying? Listen, I honestly go and check out the Shadow Dude if you haven't seen that. I'm really disappointed I couldn't find it for you. Like right off the bat there. I'm still going to like, you know, like when you get one of those little bugs in your head. And you're just like, you're on a mission, you want to find it. You know how it is, folks. I'm sure you do. Oh, I might have it. Okay. I think we're there. I think we have it. Whoa.
Noises coming from upstairs. Hello? Oh, fuck! Hello? Oh, fuck! Walk through. Hope you guys say something or do something. Oh my God! No! Oh. I viewed this recording closely, and once again I noticed this apparition has a gray face and a head.
A grey face and a head. Now, didn't Scotty Lopez say something the other night about a grey face? Because I remember talking about the reflection of one that looked like it had a grey face. With that, folks. Ooh. The Ooga Boogas. Now, I know some people will be highly skeptical, and it's good to be skeptical. That's okay. That's okay. That's a good way to kick us off on our Sunday. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeed. So, like I said, that's not the only ghostly type woo I dug up for today. Found an interesting video as well. Very interesting. If we come over here, maybe even better. But yes, it says the investigator has asked that we do not show her identity due to the controversial nature of this footage and her affiliation with another team in the region. So it's a ghost hunting team. Footage called 2006 Apparition is the name of the channel. Give it a like. Of course, yes, they've got rid of the number of dislikes now, right? Just don't be hurting people's feelings and that. Here we go. Let's take a look at this. I think this is pretty cool. Coming. Here we go. You see it? What? What is that? Eh? Right, see, they're in a different kind of. What is that? That's pretty weird, right? Looks like they're in some kind of graveyard or something, because there's like a cross there, isn't there? Definitely appears to be something. Aye, 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 aye. The plot thickens. The plot thickens, ladies and gents. The plot thickens. But listen, we're what? We started about an hour ago. I know we only opened it up about half an hour ago, but I'm going to get a little drink of coffee, and then we're going to move on, and we're going to get further into the craziness, the madness, the Sunday shenanigans that makes this, I don't even, what do you call this? Is it, like, it's not a show, it's like, it's just crazy. I suppose it just is what it is, and it wouldn't be anything without you great people out there. So remember, I'll be back in just a moment, and I will go for something random this time. Here we go.
Oh, no, 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 no.
So what are you going to do about it? Nothing. Sweet Fanny Adams, is it?
They are princelings. I don't blame them if they want to go back home to mama and papa in one piece.
I'll be back with you in just a moment, folks. Don't go anywhere. Never panic, never panic. The woo is near, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. Welcome back to our Sunday shenanigans. A little bit of UFO woo. Since we were talking about the darker type of, or darker underbelly of ufology yesterday with Stephen Cambion, you can get that over on Aftermath, and I'll be uploading it somewhere or playing it over the top of Twitch. Something will be done with it, so you can get to hear that. I thought I'd dig up a couple of UFO-related things. Got a story from Mysterious Universe, and we've got an interesting clip to take a look at that I want to get all of your opinions on. Yes, indeed, we'll crowdsource it. We'll get your take on the woo and see if it woos you over or you ain't buying it, right? And when we talk about wooing you over, we definitely have Ric Flair in the building. Yes, indeedy. So with that said, a little tip of the hat to my good friend Doc McCairn over there in Japan. If you're not checking him out, whoa, what are you waiting for? But a strange military UFO encounter over Japan. So, sit back, chill out, and I'll get us into it, right? There's one big area of the UFO phenomenon that has always been the evidence of radar signatures, or sometimes the lack of. Because my interjection here, remember that they've been able to spoof radar signatures from about the 50s. So radar signatures, yes, it's something, but we must always keep an open mind. But back to the story, I'll not do that again. Ever since we've been able to control the skies with radar, strange things have managed to creep in, and one of those holds the distinction of being among the first. The year was 1948. Anyone out there remember 1948? We got any elderly, ancient type? I don't mean ancient in a bad way. I mean, I've always had, and I always hold my elders in the utmost esteem. These are the people that we should respect even more than most. Lots to learn from the generations that go before us. It says the year was 1948. At the time, the Northrop P-61 Black Widow, developed during World War II, was the first operational US warplane designed as a night fighter and the first aircraft designed to use radar. Now, the aircraft held a crew of 3, a pilot, a gunner, and a radar operator. And at the time, it was pretty revolutionary, seeing action during the war in the European theatre, Pacific theatre, China, Burma, India theatre, and the Mediterranean theatre, where it served well as a long-range, all-weather, day-night interceptor. So in 1948, the P-61 was still in use, and one evening in October 1948, a crew aboard one of these planes would have one of the first radar Hey,
loving
Jocelyn.
the show.
Jocelyn, thank you very much. And yes, Brian is back in the building. Sid demanded it. He didn't demand it, but I listened to you people out there. I could tell you were missing Brian. I could tell. And of course, we've got the picture of the general now. I know. I'm slightly obsessed with the general. It's okay. It's okay. I've got a handle on it. But back to our story. So we had the crew on board this, and it would have been the first radar contact with a UFO in the skies of Japan, which would also turn out to be one of the earlier UFO dogfights. Now, I know at the risk of sounding redundant, because I've said this often and you hear this all the time, but just because something is unidentified doesn't mean, like, in my opinion, it doesn't mean we're jumping to the conclusion that it was aliens or insectoids or reptilians. It's unidentified. You don't know what it is, so it could be anything, right? Not to say it isn't the insectoids or the reptilians, but on October 15th, 1948, a US AFP-61 Black Widow was on a routine patrol of the skies over Fukuoka, an island in southeastern Japan. This was a totally normal patrol during which none of the crew had experienced or expected to encounter any trouble, certainly not the strangeness that they were about to witness. At approximately 11:05 p.m., the plane's radar operator obtained a radar pickup of an unknown target at an altitude of around 6,000 feet and an initial range of about 10 miles. Now, the object was initially moving at about 200 miles per hour, and although the radar return seemed comparable to that of a conventional aircraft, when it was visually spotted, it was described as not a conventional aircraft, but rather about 20 to 30 feet long and shaped like a rifle bullet, with no discernible wings or tail structure and a dark or dull finish. Curious as to what the intruder might be, the decision was made to approach the object, upon which it began sharp acceleration and various impressive aerial acrobatics. It seems that every time the P-61 tried to close in, the unidentified object would rapidly accelerate away far beyond what a normal aircraft should have been capable of, quickly reaching the speed of 1,200 miles per hour, and would also abruptly dip and dive under them. It was all quite puzzling to the crew of the plane, with 6 attempts to make a pass at the unknown object that were thwarted by its maneuverability. And one report from the Far East Air Force's intelligence would say the radar observer estimated that on 3 of the sightings, the object travelled 7 miles in approximately 20 seconds, giving a speed of approximately 1,200 miles per hour. When the F-61 approached within 12,000 feet, the target executed a 180-degree turn and dived under the F-61. The F-61 attempted to dive with the target, but was unable to keep pace. It could go almost straight up or down out of radar elevation limits. It is believed that the object was not lost from the scope due to the normal skip null zones common with all radar equipment. The pilot and observer feel that it was the high rate of speed of the object which enabled it to disappear rapidly. This aircraft seemed to be cognizant of the whereabouts of the F-61 at all times, so something under some kind of intelligent control then. At a rate of acceleration that could go almost straight up or down out of radar elevation limits, and there was sufficient moonlight to permit a silhouette to be discerned, although no details were observed. At the time of only visual sighting, target was on a level with observing aircraft. Under night visibility, all that was visible was a silhouette. Type of tail stabilizers is unknown. General classification, very short body with a stubby appearance. Canopy, if present, was formed into the aircraft body to give the clean-cut lines and was not discernible. The object would continue this cat and mouse game as if playing with the P-61. So there's P-61s, there's F-61s. Playing. The object would continue, blah, blah, blah. Usually pulling off its, oh, did I blah, blah, blah? Did I just Greta myself? Dear goodness. So, usually pulling off its seemingly impossible evasive maneuvers whenever the American plane closed to within 400 yards. Indeed, the object seemed to jump around so much that the crew began to think that they were dealing with more than one bogey. And the pilot of the P-61, a First Lieutenant Oliver Hemphill, would say of their 6 passes at the radar target, the target put on a tremendous burst of speed and dived so fast that we were unable to stay with it. Just picture that. What on earth's name is going on now? The aircraft immediately outdistanced us. The 3rd target was spotted visually by myself. I had an excellent silhouette of the target, thrown against a very reflective undercast by a full moon. I realised at this time that it did not look like any type of aircraft I was familiar with, so I immediately contacted the ground control station. The 4th target passed directly over my ship from a stern to bow at a speed of roughly twice that of my aircraft, 200 miles per hour. I caught just a fleeting glimpse of the aircraft, just enough to know that it had passed. The fifth or sixth targets were attempted radar interceptions, but their high rate of speed put them immediately out of range. Now, rather strangely, although the P-61 was picking up the mysterious object on radar, USAF ground radar stations at Shigamo, Shima, and Fukushima, I wonder if that's the Fukushima, I'm not sure, were only able to see the American aircraft, but not the anomalous object. The duration of the 6 attempted intercepts is given as 10 minutes, after which the object or objects left the area to disappear. Now, the case would go on into the files of Project Blue Book and be studied by the head of the organisation, Edward Ruppelt, who would write of it in his book, The Report on the Unidentified Flying Objects in 1955, as well as senior physicist, Institute of Atmospheric Physics, and professor, Department of Meteorology, the University of Arizona, Tucson, Arizona, Dr. James E. McDonald. It has gone on to become a case known as one of the first times that pilots used airborne radar to track a UFO. And so it is a unique addition to the history of ufology and an important but little known case. There you go. And that's the type of UFO woo I like to get into. Something, you know, that it's on the face of it looking pretty real, very interesting. Not a blue chicken in sight. You feel me? Yeah. Well, I've got a UFO for us to look at, and I want to get your opinion on whether it's something somebody's mocked up with a drone, maybe a light attached to it, or is it something otherworldly? Is it tic-tac-like? I provide, you decide, and it says UFO frenzy sweeps France. Scientists are baffled as mystery object filmed over multiple cities. Yes, indeedy. Let's see. Can we make it bigger? Yes, we can. Here we go. Oh, you can't see that there. Hang on, folks. Hang on. I've got you covered. Let's see. I'll blow this up a bit.
C'est quoi ces trucs? Maman, viens voir.
C'est quoi l'histoire?
Ben regarde là-haut.
Oh,
Ben je sais pas.
it is the snails. They have taken off.
Mais ça bouge.
Oh, le bouffe.
Oh. Aïe. Attends.
Wow.
Oh. Ouais.
What we thinking, troops? What we thinking?
C'est quoi ce truc?
Oh, c'est très. Le UFO.
Maman.
Oh, they have arrived. I hope they have brought snails and cheese. What do you think, folks? What do you think? What are we thinking? I'm coming to the chat room. What do you think? Come on now. Come on now. Not an Acturian in sight. No, there you go. Hit the thumbs up. Jocelyn is right. Hit thumbs up. Please hit thumbs up. Ken Rotman, good to see you, man. What are we thinking, though, folks? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? One more time. Oh, it is the reptilian.
Maman, viens voir.
Mama,
C'est quoi l'histoire?
Pierre,
Regarde,
Papa,
Ah.
Jean-Boy.
Ben je sais pas. C'est quoi ce truc?
Bordel.
Mais ça bouge.
Think they're a French Waltons. Ah, Pierre, mon Michel. The night, Papa. Jean-Luc. Oh, he was in Star Trek, wasn't he? All right. Hey, maybe that's Star Trek. What do you think, folks? Come on. Military drone. I like it. Tic-tac. 1% sugar. I like it. Luna. G'day, g'day, g'day. Yep. What are we thinking? Do we need it one more time?
C'est quoi ce truc?
Oh,
C'est quoi ce truc? Maman, viens voir.
C'est quoi l'histoire?
et Pierre, have you ever watched like a Pikachu? Oh.
Mais je sais pas. C'est quoi ce truc? Bordel. Mais ça bouge?
This is bit. The end's a bit weird, bit crazy. Ooh. Just showing off now, right? I don't know. Oh, I said that with a French accent. I didn't mean to. I don't know. Oh, yes, indeed. Hey, look, I don't know. I don't know, folks. It says so. It says of the story, a UFO frenzy has erupted in France. My word. I'd love to see how that looks in France. I'm not a big fan of the French, I must say. Strange place, strange people. Look, it is what it is. At least I'm honest. The UFO frenzy has erupted in France after dozens of witnesses in multiple cities across the country saw the same mysterious glowing object on the same night. The sighting took place on Tuesday night this week as witnesses across at least 7 Hey!
Wee PPP. Much love, chat.
Much love to you, Ron. Much love to you. Right, okay, now hang on a minute. 7 separate French cities seeing something. Now that's a bit more significant, right? Maybe there is something going on over the skies of France. Well, not over the skies, in the skies. You get me. So it says the cylindrical UFO that appeared orange and glowing was seen by people in Montpellier, Cournot-Natal, Pavalis-les-Flots, Sete, not the place where they're searching for aliens, although maybe they got a message from it. It's code, folks. It's code that the Daily Express are encoding disclosure messages to us. They're not, but sounds good. Narbonne, Perpignan, and Andorra. Okay. All hail, Vladimir. It appeared to be moving along the Mediterranean coast in the south of France. However, the sighting has left experts baffled, and no one has been able to explain what it is. Even meteorologists at the local weather service, Meteo Garde Haralt, were left puzzled by the footage. That doesn't really slip off the tongue too well, just saying, like the Met Office in the UK. They retweeted videos of the sighting, asking viewers what the object could be. The footage even appeared on French TV news channels, including LC1 and TF1, or LCI and TF1. Discussing the footage, pundits on LCI debated whether the UFO was an alien, a satellite, a drone, or a laser. Footage recorded in Hérault near Montpellier shows an object spinning in a straight line, stopping and turning 3 times on itself before zipping away again. That's a different thing. That's the ring in the sky. I've seen that one before, right? They rings were getting seen everywhere at one point. Remember that? They've arrived, ladies and gentlemen. They've arrived. It says witnesses can be heard reacting in astonishment. Oh, je suis. Bonjour, Elio. At the bizarre object in the night sky. One clip filmed in a place that's, we'll just call it Cournot. Called in Cournot, a man is watching the shining object from inside his car and appears to have pulled over to film it as the object rotates slowly. In our clip, right? There must be more clips on the net then, eh? There's got to be. There's got to be. Let me find it. Let me do a little bit of digging, ladies and gents. Let me do a little bit of digging. I'll be back in a moment. I'm going to see if I can find more footage of this. Link to this song is in the description. Yes. Wowzers. It is spinning.
Passé 6 mois dans l'espace, mais d'abord le fil info 22h50. Olivia Ferrand. 100 000 rendez-vous pris au 8h ce soir chez le Covid pour l'injection du 3e dose de vaccin contre le Covid. La réaction des Français après l'allocution d'Emmanuel Macron ce soir, le président annonce que le maintien du pass sanitaire sera bien conditionné à cette 3e dose pour les plus de 65 ans. Une deuxième campagne de rappel sera lancée le 1er décembre pour les personnes âgées de 50 à 64 ans. Santé publique France.
I'm quite impressed with that. Come on, folks, listen. At no other time has the world been this backcrap crazy, right? Would any of us be surprised if we were to wake up tomorrow morning and there was motherships over all of the major cities? V-style. Oh boy. Yeah, see, I told you, ain't seen nothing yet. It's dark winter, ladies and gents, dark winter. Quite impressive, I thought. Quite impressive. So listen, that's our little bit of UFO woo out of the way. Found this story earlier on. Interesting one. Bit of a weird one. Bit of a cold case. Missing 411 type scenario going on here. Mystery surrounds the man of Etna. Found passed in a remote cave. Deary me, what's going on here? I'm will wait till you get a load of this. It says police in Italy have discovered the remains of a man who is thought to have passed over 50 years ago. An unidentified individual who was discovered by a police officer and his airplane rescue dog during a training exercise in a cave on the remote slopes of Mount Etna in Sicily, Italy, has proven something of a mystery to investigators, with forensic experts still working towards determining his identity. According to reports, he was around 50 years of age when he passed and was found wearing long dark trousers, a woolen jumper, a striped shirt and a black tie. A black tie? Climbing up Mount Etna? Really? He'd also been in possession of a woolly hat, a dark green raincoat and a quantity of old Italian lira, a currency that no longer is used. Now, when I read that today, I wanted it to say a form of lira that was never used in Italy, because that would suggest that maybe, just maybe, he wandered across from another dimension. I know, it's a stretch, even for me, do I think that might be what happened here? Since it's Sunday, I can go with that. He's also been described as having congenital malformations to his mouth and nose. Not ruling out my other dimension hypothesis that I just got into a moment ago. I'm just saying. The area is very isolated. We go there periodically to do our training, said Lieutenant Colonel Massa Millenio Paquetto. Hey, Paquetto. It was thanks to the sniff. I see, I don't do the Italian accent. I can't really do that. Mamma mia. It was thanks to the sniffer dog that the remains were found. We should get Leo Zagami on to narrate. According to police investigators, the cave in which he was found is extremely difficult to reach, suggesting that he may have ended up trapped inside, unable to safely escape, or, alternatively, he made it through from another dimension. I've watched that program Dark on Netflix. I know how that works. Be careful in caves, ladies and gentlemen. It's all I'm going to say. So far, no evidence have been found to suggest that he was something really, really heinous went on. One of the most important lines of inquiry in the case has been to go over reports of missing persons. I would think that would be the most obvious line of inquiry you'd want to take. I'm not putting too much faith in the local constabulary. If one of the most important, I'd say it's the most important, right? See if there's any record of him. Again, if there's no record, well, where and whence did he come from? I ask you. One possibility is that he's a time traveller. No. Is that he's Mwaro de Mwaro, 49-year-old journalist who disappeared without a trace in 1970. Investigations at the time suggested that he could have been kidnapped. Or, the mafia didn't... no, the mafia make you sleep with fishies. They don't put you in the cave. I'm just saying. Due to his knowledge of a really nasty thing that had occurred at the time. What he would have been doing in a remote cave, however, remains unclear unless you're open to the interdimensional traveller theory. I'm just saying. Now, somebody sent me a clip of something. Now, wait, well, I need to go and find that. Is it on... What's it on, man? Is it on Discord? Dude, I've got that many things open here. It's crazy. Anunnaki's in there. Where did you send a clip to, man? Where did you send a clip to? Where are we? Where are we, Z Troy? Z Troy, where are we, man? Where's the clip? Indeed. Drop it in the Discord or something, man. Rudolph. I've got a clip of Rudolph coming up. Don't you worry about that. Rudolph's on the way. Hey, we got playtime. Oh, well, I've got playtime. I hope you've got playtime as well, folks. I really do. We're getting close to Rudolph, to be honest with you. Yeah. Now, did Z Troy send me something? Z Troy, man. Above in chat. Alright, dude. Alright. Why can't I see it, man? I don't think it's posted it because it's got a link in it, probably, dude. I think that's what's happened there, man. You might see it on your chat, but I'm not seeing it on mine. Above in chat? Can I see it, dude? Can I see it? We'll get it. Get it to me on Disco if you can, man. But we will carry on. More mysteries. The tale of the mystery feet. I've covered this before. I think it might have been with Scotty Lopez and Popeye, if memory serves me correctly. We had another message there. We had another message on the Skype. I thought it was the bat signal going up with Scotty. But I'm sure it was a conversation with Popeye. Joe might have been there. Scotty Lopez. And we talked about the increase in the number of feet. Yes, feet in trainers and in shoes that were washing up on beaches. It's a thing. It is a thing, folks. We've got a gentleman that can explain why this is happening. But let me just read a little bit of this first before we go and hear the explanation, right? It says, since 2007. Let me just bring this up over here so you know I'm not making it up. Since 2007, feet, or 21 feet, have washed up on the shores of the US and Canadian beaches, completely unattached from the bodies they once, and I want to say whence, belonged to, because I'm always open to time travellers. I remember Andy Bishago's story about the foot getting cut off. I'm just saying, folks. So there's this thing where there's an increased number of feet washing up, right? And there's a video to explain why it happens. It's utterly compelling. It's really, really interesting. In a macabre, dark, weird, wacky Sunday shenanigans kind of way, if you get me. If we come over here, let's take a listen to why this happens.
Why do severed feet keep washing up on the shores of the US and Canada? Since 2007, 21 feet have washed up on the the Salish Sea in the US and Canada. These feet have been found completely unattached to their humans.
I'll put it back, folks. I'll put it back. I'll put it back.
Why do severed feet keep washing up on the shores of the US and Canada? Since 2007, 21 feet have washed up on the shores of the Salish Sea in the US and Canada. These feet have been found completely unattached to their humans and almost always in sneakers. Was it because of a serial killer with a foot fetish? Or was the mafia disposing of bodies so their enemies sleep with the fishes? It was actually because of the footwear industry. When a human corpse sinks to the bottom of the ocean, it's quickly set upon by scavengers. These scavengers are lazy feeders. They prefer to tackle the softer parts of our body than the tough, grisly bits. Some of the softest parts of us are the soft tissues and ligaments around our ankles. The scavengers chow down on this, the foot will detach pretty quickly from the rest of the body. The reason it happened more since 2007 is because of a change in sneaker design. Over the last few decades, shoes have become more buoyant. As a result, we could be seeing more severed feet wash up on our shores.
There you go. There you go. Who knew? Who knew it was all down to trainer design that changed in 2007? I'm still very open to the creepy foot fetish sea-dwelling serial killer that might be out there. I'm very open to it. Or maybe I watch too many of those types of documentaries on Netflix. I don't know. There's a fine line. Imagine it, just walking the dog or something. Dog runs away to get the stick and comes back with more than a stick. Let's just say a big shoe. A bit of a killer when it's a nice shoe. If only the two of them were there. I'm only joking. I wouldn't steal somebody's shoe off their foot on the beach. Unless it was Jordan's or something. No, I'm only saying. So listen, before we go there, we're so close, folks. We're about to enter the Twilight Zone. We're going into the weird and wacky world of tall white aliens, human-alien hybrids, and of course the latest hit single from Rudolph the Tall White Alien. I think we need to take pause, though. We need to take pause. We need to see what the audience is saying first. Before we go there, we need to recover somewhat. We need to get ourselves in a Rudolph-type state. Rudolph the Tall White Alien from Germany. It's Sabotage. Mary, I called you Marty. Apologies. Yeah, oh, look at that, Marty. I've even got that face going on. Look. Yes, indeed. Indeedy. Probably more sense comes out of the alien, I must admit. Maybe I should put a voice on like that so I look like I've got some kind of voice changer for the alien. I don't know. An alien cowboy. Imagine they turn up on horse, man. On horseback. Imagine it. Behold a pale horse. Yes, indeedy. So what are we thinking so far? We've been here for almost 2 hours. Last time I saw Rudolph, he was hulking out. One of the last times I saw Rudolph, he was time traveling, man. And then he was ranting, he was going crazy, man, crazy. And he's got all powerful amulets. Dude. Spooky Andy. Well, a very good evening to you, sir. Great to see you. Absolutely fantastic. I hope you're well, man. Hope you're well. Hope you're all set up, ready to immerse yourself in the metaverse. See, we done it first here. We done it first on KBS. Andy showed us what is now literally what they're all talking about in the metaverse. We done it on the show. Andy came to us live from virtual reality. Remember that? Remember it? See? Telling you, man. Telling you. The stuff we do around here, and those pesky humans who just don't watch. No, we like it that way. We like it. It's compact and Beijing. Yes. So I actually think we should go for a musical interlude. And that will be the perfect build up to Rudolph the Tall White Alien. A little catch up for anyone who might not have been introduced to the absolute weird and wonderful world of Rudolph the Tall White Alien. It's the best way I can say it, and I say it with the utmost respect. I like the guy. There's no attack on him. I just find it quite amusing, some of the content. Make of it what you will. I provide, you decide. I'm not being nasty, but it always makes for compelling viewing. Yes, indeed. It's like one of the good things about YouTube, seeing what people get up to, seeing what people are doing out there. But he's been releasing a song. Yep, he's made us some music. Would you believe it? Indeed, it's called The Song of Freedom. It comes to you from Rudolph, the tall white alien. Kick back, relax, smoke him if you got him. We're going to go down a rabbit hole that, boy, oh boy, there might be no coming back from.
Where is the purpose of it all? Thought past the mind field, one by one, fueled by fear and desire. Trying to better the conditions of being. Man hunting for a state of serenity. Man is a hunter and prey of himself. What is the purpose of it all? When you're not sure what is this and that. Man is looking for a fight with no cause that can't be won. Until one lets go of himself and merges with his nature, his spirit, oasis, domain of the gods. What is the purpose of it all? Peace can only be found in oneself, in realizing the cosmic nature of one's mind, the home of it all. That's what you always have been. Trust yourself and let go and join the few, the glorious, the lions, the eagles, the conquerors of matter and mind. Trust yourself and join us.
Rudolph, the tall white alien, ladies and gentlemen. You see, you thought I was going to play something totally out there. I think that's pretty good. I'll be back in just a moment. We're going to dive down the tall white alien rabbit hole. Not his rabbit hole, but it's a rabbit hole.
T-minus 2 minutes. T-minus 2 minutes. We are ready for the rabbit hole.
big thank you to everyone that's here. Honestly, good vibe, man. Loving it. Sunday shenanigans. You ain't seen nothing yet, folks. You ain't seen nothing yet. We are only about half the way through the tabs. Yes, indeed, we're only about halfway through. My word. Could turn into an epic night. Morning, afternoon, who knows? I'm trying to think of a really kind of a great way to build it up, to segue and just drop the mic and hand over to Rudolph. But Rudolph stands alone. He doesn't need any build up. He's just Rudolph. There he is, Rudolph the tall white alien, ladies and gentlemen. And he's going to talk to us about invoking positive spirits. And there's even some of the hybrid is involved as well, doing magic. Magic, could it be magic now? Oh, it's a song, but listen, you don't want to hear from me. You're all waiting to hear from the tall white alien, Rudolph of Germany.
Greetings, my human friends. This is Rudolph of Germany, the tall white alien. A few videos back, I made a magical operation which is aimed at the spirits of the ether, the spirits of the air. And this is a very powerful operation, and many people wrote me and had very positive results. But others were not quite sure how it is done in a correct way. Mainly the direction of the circle and the spiral confused some of you. Very simply, you have to make the large cycle counterclockwise and the spiral later clockwise. And after you aim your hand in the middle of the spiral, slowly pull it back, place it at your heart, and there you can silently or vocally voice the wish you have. But luckily, we made another, probably better video, where Amy is showing you how to do it right. And this video...
And we've got you covered. I've got you covered because Amy comes up right at the end of this video, like the tall white alien is about to say. But I just had to jump in because we're gonna build up to some peak human hybrid Rudolph the tall white alien activity, folks. It just is. It is what it is. And this is something like, hey, listen, you can participate at home if you like. You can pull yourself some of these positive vibes. He's got all the moves. Amy and the human hybrid has got you covered. Let's get back into it.
Will be right after my short explanation now. The interesting part of it is that in the video which Amy made, you can see some very interesting phenomena. As you saw in my video, the changing of the light, you will see right away when Amy starts this operation, after a time of contemplation before, orbs, energy, spirits flying up and down, which cannot be overseen by a good observer.
Now, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, watch what's coming up, okay? Watch closely. Because he ain't exactly LARPing it or lying it there. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, I don't want to prime you, but you've got your eyes. And I'm pretty sure you'll see what I see. Do you see what I see?
And even more interesting, after she finished the operation. All the electrical appliances, in this case, it is an overhead fan, stopped making noise. If you listen to this, it will be a very interesting experience, and that will convince anybody that Amy really reached the spiritual powers she was invoking. Just watch closely, and instantly you will see the spirits flying up and down, and once she pulled, in the end, her hand down, there will be silence. Just watch this now. Rudolf of Germany.
Hello, this is Amy, the hybrid administrator for Rudolph the Tall White Alien. I am right now exploring the Gulf of Mexico completely fine and healthy.
Here we go, folks. Here we go. That's how you do it, right? That's how you do it. Now, there was something flew by the camera there. That's all I'm going to say. Here you go. Now, you do your spiral. Your spiral going. Look, look, look. Wolf. And then boom. Yep. See? This is how you do it, man. This is like... Oh, did you see it again there? You gotta go east to south now. Come on now. I want to know that you're doing this right now. There you go, folks. There you go. There's your first taste, or at least a taste of Rudolph.
Of Germany, the tall.
I think we may have to go and take a little look at what else Rudolph has been up to. Yes. Oh, it's a lot worse than that, I fear. I fear it's a lot worse than the fact that he's got a little follower. Listen, this is purely my opinion, but I'm actually quite concerned for Amy. And I know I'm laughing, I shouldn't be, but there's something a little bit creepy going on. That's all I can say. You have to watch the content to see what I'm meaning here. And I'm going to play a video in a minute. I've got you covered. Where they're at a location that they claim belongs to Count Carl. Now, whenever I hear it belongs to Count Carl, I'm thinking, holy shamoly, this guy sleep in a wooden overcoat during the day, only comes out at night to play. Is he a relation of old Dracula himself? What has Rudolph dragged this devoted follower into this time? And listen, they've been on missions together. You got. I'm not doing it justice. We're not seeing the full context of this. However, I think Amy might not know it, but I think she's been kidnapped. I'm just saying. There you go. I threw it out there. I expect maybe if she was like having dinner in a restaurant, you'd have to look closely just in case she's writing out "help me" in the peas or something like that. I don't know. We need some safe words she can put into the next video to let us know she's okay. I'm only laughing. I'm only joking. It's comedy, folks. Come on. I hope it's just comedy. However, like I say, it's a walk in Count Carl's private forest. Yes, indeed. Are you ready? You ready for it? I don't think you are, but here we go. Bear in mind my whole Stockholm Syndrome hypothesis that I've got flying around here.
Greetings, my human friends. This is Rudolph of Germany, the Tall White Alien. I just want to give you 3 minutes of something very beautiful. Amy, the human alien hybrid, is going barefoot.
I'm just saying, look, I've watched enough documentaries about creepy people to know that this is the kind of footage that turns up in one of those documentaries. I'm just saying. I hear them all laying out the groundwork before it gets to the whole thing. And it's going to take a dramatic twist in the Netflix special when it's proven that he actually was a tall white alien. Maybe, just maybe, she is a human alien hybrid, and I've got it all wrong.
For a walk in Count Carl's, my host's private German forest. I think you will enjoy the scenery, and also the young lady, how she is enjoying the feeling of naked feet onto the ground of our own, very own.
Actually looks like it's slowed down footage and she's running. I'm only joking.
The forest is something everybody should do frequently to calm and clear the mind. And in this particular case, Amy is enjoying herself. And the whole walk took almost 2 hours and 4.5 miles through this beautiful private property.
I mean, that's pretty savage. I mean, that's right up there with about week 3 or week 4 of military training. Amy's been spending a lot of time with her tall white alien, and now obviously the Count. We've got a Count has entered the building. Don't forget that Rudolph is also a time traveler as well. Yes, it's maybe a rabbit hole we stay down for longer than usual. We'll see how it goes. And Rudolph, mate, if you're watching this, you know it's what us Scottish people do. Look, if I didn't like you, I wouldn't waste our time doing this. I think it's good shtick. Good shtick. Do I believe you're a tall white alien? I can neither confirm nor deny. If you believe you are, I'm all with you, man. Because I'm all about people identifying as whatever they want to, because I'm woke, Kev. You know that, right? Right?
And it is amazing that she had no problems with her feet. She was just in a meditative state, and she enjoyed herself picking little wildflowers and is greeting right now our audience. She has the privilege to be invited in Count Karl's beautiful abode in one of our precious...
I can't deny she looks happy enough, right? Doing having a pretty cool walk through Count Karl's forest. Who am I to knock it? You know what I'm saying?
Sanctuaries.
But what
and
if...
she is every day learning something which our human alien hybrids, which are part of our program, are supposed to learn.
Now, part of our program, I'm like one step away of like giving this the C word. If we find out that Count Karl has got a compound on this property, I don't know, folks, but is there like more of them? Or is there like several Amy's? I mean, I hadn't considered this up until now, but relevant to the context of the kind of genre that we're moving in here. Could there be like an army of Amy's already here? They're already here, ladies and gentlemen. And now I'm asking myself, how close is Montpellier to Count Karl's German property? Because maybe, just maybe, that's the tall white alien's chariot. I'm just saying.
Life is a journey, a short journey, which you should enjoy. And then after, you're going to go into another dimension. And she's well aware of it and has no fear of all these things which bother people in cities who are under stress.
Let me just pause it there. How epic would it have been if, like, just when he had mentioned, like, she's totally ready to go into the other dimension, that she just blinked out of existence, like, just like she was gone, like, transcended actually the first kind of case of ascension caught on camera. Can you imagine it? Imagine the scenes, it'd be crazy. The tall white alien would be a household name.
Because our hybrids are well taken care of. And with these pictures, these beautiful pictures of her walking, I will leave you for today and want to remind you that she is the one who creates, with a lot of effort, these beautiful amulets, which are age-old, from the tall white aliens, which are a protective way of...
They protect you from everything before he gets me kicked off YouTube. Use your imagination and don't talk about it in the chat. Give me a solid, don't go there. Oh, what? I've just discovered my backup channel is not subscribed. How dare I? I'm going to add, look, 16,000 subscribers. Now, listen, that's no mean feat. You can't just, like, start a YouTube channel tomorrow right? And like get 16,000 viewers overnight. That's a sizable audience. It's like way bigger than this channel is. Way bigger than it'll probably get to because we like it nice and quiet over here. We can have our fun. We can have our shenanigans. There's a lot of people into this. And I'm not knocking that. I know people understand that when I'm doing this. I know people think, oh, it's cheeky and stuff like that. But it's just having a laugh. And a lot of people have a laugh on the internet. It's all right. Now, there was another video that we looked at. Now, I think we might have to take a look at. This was a video I'd seen a little while ago. Now, this kind of, I must admit, this really counters my she's been kidnapped hypothesis. You see, I'm willing to take to the table the kind of evidence that proves I'm probably been a bit out there. All right, and Rudolph, I don't for 1 minute believe that, but it's comedy. Here we go.
Greetings, this is Rudolph of Germany, the tall white alien. And as you see, this is
that takes
Amy,
stones. That takes stones, right? I mean, he's there. People, maybe they're stopping to see his spaceship. I don't know. Out in public, Rudolph the tall white alien man. Like coconuts. That's all I'm going to say, right?
Hybrid administrator sitting here outside in, well, rather questionable weather. It was raining before. Here in Germany, which we are having also a place. So she is wondering, and now explain to us, Amy, the difference between American coffees and whatever you get offered there and here in Germany.
They only just served me this coffee, and look at how much is in this cup. Only a centimeter high.
Now,
okay, speak up.
Before people start freaking out at the amount of coffee that's in that, it's a very strong espresso. And that's what's going on there. I don't think where they come from. I don't think where the aliens come from. I don't think they understand that's really, really strong coffee. So I hope they've taken that into consideration.
A little louder, there's so much noise in the background.
This coffee is only 1 centimeter high.
Yes, because it's an espresso and it is kind of strong. And in Italy, they serve a coffee that way, Amy.
Wow.
Yeah, and there you have ice cream, I see.
Yes, mango and chocolate hazelnut.
Okay, would you like to tell people that you are going on a long trip to Istanbul tomorrow, and after that you will go to Mexico City to see some of our followers, and from there then you will...
Oh boy. Oh boy. She's out on a recruiting drive. And they've got followers in Mexico. Have we narrowed down where the compound could be? Is this what it's all going to turn into, folks? Did we catch on early to something we thought was just fun? And it's going to turn into something very, very, very not fun. I don't know.
Go to Houston, Texas. Is that correct? Is that your itinerary for tomorrow?
Yes.
So I will see you, well, I won't see you for a while until you come back to Europe. When is that planned for?
3 or 6 months.
Aha. Are you happy to go back to the United States?
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
You like it here better?
If the temperature was warmer, perhaps.
Yeah, but you just said you don't want to go back to the United States, so there are some...
All joking aside, pretty weird, right? Right?
Positive aspects of the United States too. Do we, can we agree on that?
Perhaps.
Aha. Is there anything you want to tell people before you leave tomorrow? Because we have been 7 months together now, and now we part tomorrow for a while. Is there anything you want to say in this video?
Help!
Not really?
I'm very happy, and the adventure will continue.
Okay, thank you, Amy.
What? See her like the crazy eyes to the right all the time? Is that like some kind of Morse code thing going on? Just, like, I don't know. There's something kind of strange. Something kind of strange going on there. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. We've got a better one here, I think. And we've got a better one. Where did I see that? Where did it go? How to create your own universe.
This is Rudolf of Germany, the tall white alien, and with me is the hybrid administrator of our race, Amy, which many of you may already know from various different videos we made before. During our stay on the corona-free island, which is over now, Amy had the time to look deeper into the mechanisms.
No, we're not going to go there. I know where he's going with that. You know where he's going with that. You know where he's going. We can't go there. Can't go there. All right, so this is where she left. Okay. This is like the update. This is like her leaving after the cup of espresso. Let's see.
This is Amy, the hybrid administrator.
No, I swear, folks, if she just like disappears off that camera, I am going to absolutely lose it. I'm going to lose it.
For Rudolph, the tall white alien. I would like to tell you something which has recently occurred. As some of you have picked up in the last video, you were noticing that I was a little bit feeling uncomfortable.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, I haven't seen this one, but what was I on to something? I've been on to something all along. Have I?
I will now explain why. I have recently broken one of the tall white alien most important rules, and that is to not look at them directly if you are able to do so. Very recently,
Oh, okay. Right, well, hang on a minute. Hang on. So, wait, we've got this rule where you can't look directly at the tall white alien. What the fuck is going on now? I'm sorry for the language, but things are getting a little bit weird around here, right?
I caught a small glimpse of Rudolph for a very fraction of a second, and what has happened has had a large impact on me, and it's not a secret. For punishment, I am going for a while to Istanbul to a tall white alien location where I will receive particular punishment and training. Thereafter, I will go to Mexico to the pyramids for other special training. Thank you for listening. Now you all are informed. Until soon.
Okay, now hang on a minute. Did she like see like Rudolph in reptilian form? It's like did the whole white alien facade break down when he transformed into full? What's going on? All joking aside, I think maybe we should send somebody. Is there anyone in Mexico right now that could probably go and interject on young Amy's behalf there? I'm not liking the sound of it when you get told you have to go to Istanbul for a punishment session from one of the other tall white aliens. This is starting to get a little bit strange now. Let's see, 77,000 views. 2015. Wow. The tall white alien is aged a lot. Like the skin suit is aged a lot, right?
Good morning, humanoids and friends. I promised you in my last video to reveal you a plan which has been in the making for a long time by the few true white people, the tall whites, and not the many millions of pale colorless people which look white but have no idea what is going on.
Oh. fucking racist alien. Can you believe it? Can you believe it, folks? Space Nazis. Dear Lord, man. Dear Lord. Listen, look, it is what it is. We've probably spent way too much time on Rudolph the Tall White Alien. You can rest assured we'll go back there. We'll go back there at some point and find out what the big man's up to. I need a little break, folks. I'm going to shove on some music and then we'll come back. We're going to take a look at a woman who gave up on men. She just gave up on men. And she decided, you know what, I'm going to go all in with a chimpanzee. And then when it stopped her, she took the hump. I suppose that'd be a camel, wouldn't it? Oh, I went there. I get it, folks. If this does ever develop into a story that is fit for a Netflix miniseries, I know I'm going to feel terribly awful about all of the laughter we've had. I get it. I'll own it. You know, it is what it is. It's out there, man. Karma's going to kick me in the ass, something like that. I don't know. But I tell you what, we better get credit on Netflix. We better get credit as being early adopters, early observers, early Sherlocks of the madness that's going on. Yes, exactly. But hey, in the end of the day...
So what are you going to do about it? Nothing? Sweet Fanny Adams, is it?
Come on, admit it, you're all tapping your feet out there. You hate my music, but you love my music too, right? Doopy 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 doo. Indeed, Donny. Indeed. Dodgy is definitely the word I would use for that. Dodgy. With a capital dodgy. Indeed. So listen, yes, sometimes people do the wackiest of things. Not that I'm judging anyone. Each to their own. As long as you find a fellow consenting, usually human, I would say, but in this case, a chimp. Yes, indeed. Listen, look, I know it sounds like I make this stuff up. You don't need to make it up. We live in a wacky world. And imagine what happened today. A woman got banned from a zoo after her 4-year affair with a chimp. He loves me. You know, that can't be bad. Anyhow, look, a woman has been banned from visiting her beloved chimp because the zoo says that their relationship is making them an outcast among other chimps. These other chimps don't appear to be as woke as their hairless superiors, or at least we think they're superiors, right? You get me. Shouldn't laugh. Eddie Timmermans is heartbroken After a zoo in Antwerp, I had to be. I'm sorry, but it had to be Belgium, didn't it? Didn't it? That's a weird and wacky place, man. Not the kind of place that you want to go and get lost on holiday. Stopped her from visiting a 38-year-old chimpanzee called Cheetah because the relationship was deemed unhealthy for his socialization with the other chimps. Not laughing. Stop it. Don't be judgy. Ms. Timmermans would be in it. Has been visiting Cheetah on a weekly basis for 4 years. She says they struck up a friendship at first. How did that go down? Like, she just asked him the time one day, and no problem, and they got it going that way. That's how it happened. Nothing says love at first sight like that look. That look you get when you first see the chimp in the enclosure. Hey, look, it happens. Don't be judgy. She says they struck up a friendship. I'm going to get by that. But it soon developed into a real relationship. What? So it was a fake friendship. Why was she fake befriending him? What did she have up her sleeve to begin with? I'm thinking she didn't go in there with the best of intentions, and then she fell for him. Tainted love. During their visits, they would reportedly blow kisses to each other and wave through the glass. Was he in prison? Is that like is her husband in prison? Is that what happened to you? Broken hearted. She told Antwerp TV, and again, that takes a set of like lady kahunas to go on TV and admit your love for the chimp. Makes it real. I love that animal, and he loves me. I haven't gotten anything else. She hasn't gotten anything lately, folks. Explains a lot. Why do they want to take that away? We're just having an affair. I'll just say. Other dozens of visitors allowed to make contact. Then why not me? She's getting jealous. Oh boy. She's going to turn into a bunny boiler. Perfectly normal looking human being. The zoo spokesperson said that the other chimps in Cheetah's enclosure exclude him because he has had contact with humans. So when visiting hours are not open, he must spend 15 hours alone as a result of his banishment. It sounds like Rudolph's running the chimp enclosure. Gets sent to Istanbul in a minute with Amy, I think. You know, if this was the UK, I think I would have a bit of advice to give Ms. Timmermans. She could identify as a chimpanzee. She could. Hey, who are you to argue with it, right? Don't be hatey. Don't be judgy. Right? You feel me? You can identify as what you want. And to that end, since chimpanzees tend not to live out in the public here in the UK, not to my knowledge anyway, there would be a good case to be made that she would have to be enclosed in the local zoo. And you see where I'm going with that, right? You see? You can get around it. There's a loophole. We need to get in touch with her. But you see, I don't think the Belgians play the woke card, just like us in the UK do. We just need to get Cheetah over here. So zoo curator Sarah Lafoot said, you see, she should have noticed this early. She should have been ready for this. It could have been nipped in the bud. When Cheetah is constantly surrounded by visitors, the other animals ignore him and don't consider him part of the group. He's a victim of his own popularity, it would seem. So it says an animal that is too focused on people is less respected by its peers. We want Cheetah to be a chimpanzee as much as possible. Now, if you were to play that card over here in the UK when people want to identify as ridiculous things, you'd probably get to jail for it, eh? Cheetah was originally a pet and was brought to the zoo at the age of 8. Again, like Amy, captured. Despite 30 years in captivity, his interest in humans has remained, and zoo officials are worried that Cheetah will never be able to reintegrate into chimp society. So do the humane chimp thing and let it go and live with the lady. Seems like the two of them are going to be happily ever after. So what's the comments say? Why don't the zoo give the chimp to that woman who's been visiting them for years exactly? They've obviously bonded, and the chip, probably the chimp, unless he's a California highway patrolman on his day off, seems to need human contact because of earlier human encounters. Kind of what I said. It's silly and cruel to keep the chimp with other chimps who don't see him as one of their own. I couldn't agree more. He probably can't work out what the other chimp is on the other side of the glass. That's a bit nasty. See, we did nice on that. Come to the zoo, you'll love our animals, but not in that way. Loyalty has its own reward. Apes together, strong. Yes, indeedy. So yeah, there you go. Story of a woman and a star-crossed lover, the ape. Bar-crossed lover. Boom, boom. Oh, come on, laugh. Anyhow, next up, right? Since in the name of fairness and diversity and equality, we're gonna laugh at a recent scientific study. You know how I often find these things and I find them utterly ridiculous, and where do they come up with this stuff, right? But did you know, you men out there, yes, and you might be a man that identifies as a man, who cares? But if you like steak, did you know that that's a sign that you're insecure? I mean, personally, I just thought it was a sign that you liked steak. And you like to exercise eating a meal you like, but no. The Daily Mail educates us on this fact, yeah. Do you love steak? You might be insecure. Men. So what about women that eat steak? Men who worry that they're not manly enough are more likely to eat red meat. Is that really a thing? Where do they do these studies? I want to meet these people. Research finds men think red meat consumption can augment their masculinity. Yeah, because every time I get a steak, I'm thinking this will really top up my toxic masculinity, right? Toxic male and proud of it. Whoa, hoo-ah. Hang on, we need the war cry.
Chai, hit.
Yep. Men who eat a lot of beef, lamb, pork. So anyway, any guy that isn't a vegetarian, in other words, right, may be insecure about their masculinity. They're trying to shame us into eating vegetables and insects, ladies and gentlemen. Researchers in Canada have found that men in Canada don't suffer from masculinity problems. They're some of the most manly men on the planet. They've got their big red lumberjack shirts on, they've got their big trucks, they've got Oak Island, big trees, and they're men. Real men in Canada. Keep it that way, that's all I'm going to say. How dare you? How dare you single out the Canadian men? And it's generally perceived as being more masculine. Who looks at somebody eating a steak in a restaurant and even thinks that? Oh, look at him over there. What an absolute idiot, as if he doesn't know that we know he's eating steak to top up on the fact he's a bit wimpy. What's that? That conversation's never ever taken place any restaurant anywhere, has it? Never ever. So, yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, no, Bernice, not today. Not that topic, Bernice. All good, though. All good. It says it's not known what exactly red meat is perceived as masculine in some societies, although it may be seen as a way to build muscle, helping boost stereotypical male qualities like virility and sexual strength. Who has ever thought that when you're looking at, like, what steak to buy? Come on, guys, be honest. Has that ever popped into your head? Really? You're looking at a T-bone, a rump, a bit of sirloin. None of these things are in your mind. Yeah, a bit of steak. People, scientists have got far too much time on their hands. Where was this study done? It was done at the University of Lethbridge, Alberta in Canada. I'm shocked. Utterly shocked. What a woke establishment, you see? Telling you. Good Lord, what nonsense, says Jennifer. I'm sure those idiots can find something better to do with their funding. That's what it's all about. It's like they just sit around making up ideas. What can we go and like apply for grants for? And these institutions just throw money at them like it's like going out of fashion. How many, as Frankie Boyle, one of my favourite comedians, says, sitting around doing studies trying to figure out how many candies it takes to choke a kestrel. It's just pointless. Who cares? It's nothing. It's not a thing. Do you know what I mean? Not a thing. So anyway, where are we going next? Right, we're getting into a little bit of woo now. A little bit of woo. Remember we had the story of the hairy hands? Remember the hairy hands of Dartmoor? Well, I'd missed this because I don't really do the amount of news surfing as I used to. But the hairy hands had made it back into the news, and like the Express is like a red top kind of. It's a bit of a tabloid. It's a bit of a thing, right? But they were talking about it there, and until Jason, our good friend First Paranormal, had mentioned this to me maybe a couple of years ago, I'd never ever heard of the hairy hands. These are big, hairy, disembodied hands that take the steering wheel and try and steer people off the road. Utterly terrifying. So yes, it says here, tens of thousands of trick-or-treaters will take to the streets, or they did, during Halloween. Many people will be stocking up on sweets, blah, blah, blah. I've done it again. I regretted myself. How dare I? Costumes, oh, come on, let's get to it. So it says, as spooky sightings go, few are openly hostile towards people as the alleged hairy hands. The legend of the hairy hands originated from Post Bridge in Dartmoor on the road known locally as, it should be B666, shouldn't it? B3212. Since around 1910, drivers and cyclists have reported numerous unusual incidents on the road that runs between Post Bridge and two bridges. Lots of bridges. Legend has it that the victim's steering wheel or handlebars are suddenly gripped by a revolting pair of hairy, calloused hands that try their hardest to force drivers off the road and into unforgiving ditches and verges. Ooga booga. The experiences remain nothing more than a local mystery, or remained nothing more, until June 1921 when Hands allegedly claimed its first victim. E.H. Helby, medical officer at Dartmoor Prison, passed when he was unable to control his motorbike. His two daughters were travelling in the sidecar and survived. They recalled hearing their father shouting them to get off the bike as he wrestled to control it. Just a matter of weeks after Helby had passed, a coach driver reportedly lost control on the road and several passengers were thrown out of their seats. The story first became known nationwide in August of the same year when an army captain reported his motorcycle had been forced off the road by a pair of invisible hands. He told the local media at the time, "It's not my fault. Believe it or not, something drove me off the road. A pair of hairy hands closed over mine. I felt them as plainly as I've ever felt anything in my life. Large, muscular, hairy hands." There you go. So listen, I'm going to get another little drink of my pineapple juice here. Time for you to go and stretch your legs, go to the toilet. Got a couple of minutes, we'll come back. And we'll continue. We'll continue on our crazy Sunday shenanigans stream. Wow, it's been a long one. Woo, boy, we've still got stuff to get into. General Bakshi just heard the story about the steak.
What nonsense is this? This mindset is extremely dangerous.
I want to thank everyone for being here. I hope you've enjoyed today. I'm not going yet, don't worry, but no, I was just thinking about it. This has been fun. It's been good. Thank you all. Yes, indeed. So we're gonna look now at what is it? What is it that really, really terrifies us Brits the most? And more to the point, what do you get really, really scared of? What phobias have you got out there? Is it heights, spiders, reptilians, going beyond the tip, my labs, abductions? Oh, my French accent. I don't know. I don't know what it is that rubs you up the wrong way and you get that. Me, when I see people climbing, doing that like free climbing, hanging onto the side of a cliff, oh man. Can't even talk about it without getting the goosebumps on. So what is it that gets you? I'll be coming into the chat room to check in a moment. It says here, yes, Brits reveal their most bizarre fears. From tin openers to the colour yellow. Imagine being terrified of a humble tin opener. I've never ever heard of that before. Not to be judgy, I'm not knocking it. I'm actually worried about the next time I go into the kitchen now and I see it sitting there all ominous, looking all tin openery. Aye, I get it now. So I see, look, it's got a picture of the guy jumping. Oh, why? Why are you getting out of something that's going to land, man? Why? Anywho, nomophobia. Nomophobia, the fear of being without your mobile phone, is a popular phobia, as is arachibutterophobia, the fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth. What on earth's that? Go on, say it. Arachibutterophobia. Why did somebody give that a name? That's right up there with how many candies to choke a kestrel. The fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth. Hey, it is what it is. Everyone's individual. We've all got our own fears. I'm not going to judge you. It says heights, spiders, snakes. There's another one of mine. Not too keen of like the idea of like being in a pit of snakes. I know it's not something that I spend terribly long thinking about, but when I have, I wouldn't fancy it. Enclosed spaces topped the list of the most common fears among dentists, ghosts, and the dark. It's emerged at 77%. Get your geometric calculators out, folks. We're going numbers. Of adults have a phobia of something, with 15% admitting to having what might be considered an unusual fear. And that's the ones we like. A spokesman for craft beer makers Beaverton, no sponsorship, no, just reading it, which commissioned the research, said it's no secret that the fear of spiders and heights are common. Spiders ain't too bad. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would never trust anything with 8 legs and it should always be hit with a shoe. But I don't like run away when I see them. But knowing that things like peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth and being without your phone, now that's just, it's not surprising. It's not surprising that that has developed into a phobia for some people. That's when you know you've got the balance well wrong, when you start getting flustered because your phone is out of arm's reach. Just saying. And what better time of year to find out than Halloween? Other obscure phobias included the fear of belly buttons. I'm quite partial to a lady's belly button if it's pierced. Thank you very much. Omphalophobia. There you go. Trees. Imagine being scared of trees. That'd be terrifying if you're in a forest, right? Dendrophobia, and the colour red. Erythrophobia. Dang. Who knew? The study also identified some of the challenges of living with fear, with 35% worried their phobias make them appear too weak to others. I bet you they're the same people that think eating meat is going to make them look more manly, right? Well, he's saying that, yeah. See how it all strings together, ladies and gentlemen. What can I say? If you want to tip the man, then please consider the PayPal link in the description. I'm just saying. This might explain why. I know, I'm terrible. Slipping in the grift link. What can I say? This might explain why 24% of those with phobia have attempted to keep it secret from loved ones. That's hard, isn't it? That's hard. Imagine you're scared of trees and your lover wants to go for an afternoon stroll like old Rudolph. Oh, like Rudolph and Amy the Alien. And you're having to keep it in that you're absolutely terrified that these trees might do really, really ungodly things to you. You're best just to get it out there in the open, folks. Confess it. More than a third, 36C, get the geometric calculators on the go. There's a hidden message in here. Also claimed hindered their ability to socialise. Now, that's no fun and joke. 23% have sought professional help to overcome a fear. A study conducted by one poll. What if you were scared of polls? Like, what if these people approach somebody and they've got like a really, really dramatic fear of like taking part in polls? I'm just saying. Found that 30% of adults consider that the Halloween period to be the scariest time of the year. Well, not to make anyone uncomfortable, but every night the veil is thin. They're all around us. The spokesman for Beaverton, brilliant name, added, Halloween is our favourite time of year. In fact, we've just released a new black lager called Flesh. Wow, that's going to be a big hit in the zombie apocalypse, eh? To join our special range for a limited time. So here's the fears, right? Number 1 is heights. 2, spiders, snakes, enclosed spaces, claustrophobia. That's a very common one. That must be really horrible. Really kind of that would hinder your day. Dentists, ghosts, the dark, needles. A lot of people scared of needles. Yes, indeed. Clowns. There they are. I'm shocked that they only come in at number 9. I'm actually shocked. People scared of flying. Yeah, that's quite that can hinder your day as well if you're flying anywhere. The devil. Oh, the big man himself. That should be a fear that everybody has. Yes, phobophobia. What if you're like scared of phobia? ZX, good call. Phobophobic. I hope the algorithm doesn't think I said something that I shouldn't have said there. Being home alone. Macaulay Culkin, that was his biggest fear, right? Old house. I know that was poor. Not one of my better ones. We'll edit that out. Edit that one out. I don't have a team of editors. I wish I did. One day, folks. When we're up to 60 viewers, we might get there, right? Old houses. Depends what house it is. Bleskin house, yes. Harmless house, no. Birds. Annie doesn't like the birds. Doesn't like fish either. Small holes. I suppose. I'm hoping that's a form of like claustrophobia, not something else I'm thinking of. Halloween. That'd be pretty terrifying. One night a year, you'd be absolutely dreading it coming round, right? Being without your mobile phone. Seek help if that is happening to you. Aliens. Imagine being scared of the aliens. What have they ever done to you? Well, I get it. The tip. Abductions. I get it. Balloons. The humble balloon. Like that noise where they're all creeping away in that. Large open spaces. Now, what's that called again? I know the name for that. I can't think. Tin opener. Tin opener. Who knew? And belly buttons. I mean, I'm not crazy about them. Well, I am in a way, but what's scary about a belly button? Imagine like looking down at yourself and shitting yourself every time you see one looking back up at you. My one looks like a little bunny looking back up at me. Maybe it looks like a demon. Numbers? Numbers scare you? Holy moly. The colour yellow. Top tip. If you don't know this by now, you should never eat yellow snow. Buttons. Oh my word, you're destined to live a life of Velcro. You're scared of buttons. Or does it mean like buttons in the panto? I'm not sure. Peanut butter. Peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth. Yeah, you can combat that with a layer of jam, or as you Americans say, jelly. Yeah. Trees in the colour red. Who knew? So what kind of things are you scared of out there in Chatland? Yes, indeed. Old houses, greatest fear. The unknown, says Reynold. I like that. The unknown. Armand, there's one that isn't on the list. I've got a phobia of people using nail clippers. I become homicidal. Oh, I know another one I've got. People chomping. Like eating in your ear. Sounds like they're doing it for like acoustic effect. What's that all about? Naysay's in there, hey Naysay, man. Naysay will be with me tomorrow. Now, Queen Goddess says, I also have a fear of the dark and I have to have some sound when I sleep. So I need to have a movie or music playing in the background. Now, listen, I'm totally with you there. It's not that I'm scared of the dark, but I've got to have something on in the background as well. Maybe an audio book, if not the TV playing. I get it. Totally with you there. Gareth has got Rudolphia. Yeah, he's Rudolph phobic. I get it, man. It's allowed. Chalkboard for Donny. Oh, Spooky Andy. He's scared of the Tesla AI robot. That thing's creepy, right enough. You know. Yeah. Ran out of beer, says Ken. Lack-a-beer-phobic. There you go. Lack-a-beer-phobic sounds good. Right, we've got that one out the way then. We've got that one done. Oh, now the next one, very bizarre. Very bizarre indeed. Now, I know people probably would tell you, and rightly so, that you should be eating in more healthy establishments and say, and say the likes of, oh, I don't know, McDonald's. Because, well, if I was to tell you about the unfortunate day that one customer found a nipple in her bacon roll. You don't believe me? Yes, indeed. There it is. Oh, man. I mean, look, bacon rolls. I mean, for me, if I had to choose one food for the rest of the time, the bacon roll, it's in there. It's in one shout. Never find a nipple on it, though. I think that might be the one thing that could put me off having a bacon roll. Yes, indeed. So it says here, Simon Robinson, 27, got more than he bargained for when he nipped into McDonald's for breakfast earlier this week. Before taking a bite into his bacon sandwich, he cracked it open to check just how many rashers he had inside, only to find what he thinks was a pig's nipple. Yum, yum. Pig's nipple in the tum. It could just be pareidolia. You could tell yourself that, but I think Simon has called it. Folks. What do you think? I think he has. Look, I need a little drink, a little 5 minutes. We'll come back. We've got a couple of more things to look at. And then we're going to get out of here, folks. I think we're almost at our 3 hours. Almost. We're nearly there. But yeah, we've got more to look at. I need to get a drink of pineapple juice. Get myself oiled up, lubricated for the final furlong. I want to thank you all for being here today. It's been absolutely fantastic. And I'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere, all right? We're up to 50. Holy shamoly. I'm not going anywhere. We're hanging around. We've got more to get into. But we do, actually. We do. This is the Wonder of Science Twitter feed. There's some cool stuff on here. I'll let it play out while we're listening to the tunes, but that's pretty cool. That crazy. Pretty cool, eh? Pretty cool. So this here is a naturally occurring dragon scale calcite. Each scale is a single crystal that grew and overlapped the previous. Dragons, ladies and gentlemen. Reptilians. Blah, blah, blah. What else we got down here? Look at that little thing. I've been dying to see this one. It says, hang on. Orphaned kangaroos sleep in handmade pouches that mimic their mother's pouch and keep them warm and quiet. That we hang. Amazing is that. Pretty cool, huh? Yep. Good eye, mate. Oh boy. Oh boy. A kill shot right there. Going over Mexico and the United States from the ISS. Dang. That Jaguar going for it. Didn't know they were like crazy swimmers, man. Who knew? Look at that thing in that. Wow, man. Yes, indeed. The ghostly blue glow of Cherenkov radiation lights up the submerged core. The Advanced Test Reactor, Argonne National Laboratory. Wow. Pretty cool. Listen, I'll be back in a moment, folks. Don't go anywhere. Yes, indeedy, we are back. I want to thank everyone for chilling out with me here today for our Sunday shenanigans. We've got a couple of more stories to take a look at. Wouldn't be a Sunday shenanigans stream if we didn't take a look at least one crazy Florida man story. Right? And then we've got something else to round us out of here. I'll come and hang out with the chat room, and then I'll let you get back about your merry way. You can go and find yourself some real content to watch. Yes, indeed. I'm joking, folks. No, this has been good fun. I hope you've had a laugh as well. Big shout out to Rudolph the Tall White Alien for being a good sport and letting me use his content, I hope. Anywho, Florida man, they're always up to something a bit more ridiculous than other places in the world. Our good friend Popeye comes from there, make of that what you will. But no, they're always featured in really, really out there headlines, and this is no exception. You ready? Not something you read every day. A dancing Florida man, because I had to be a Florida man, nabbed in a jewel heist. His partner is still at large. A dancing robber. Police have custody of a man who two-stepped his way to celebration after allegedly stealing jewellery from an 86-year-old man in Port St. Lucie, or Port St. Lucie in Florida. The man identified as Sean Gazzo, along with another man, Carl M. Jackson, had been hired by the senior citizen to help move heavy furniture. After the men were done with the moving job, the victim discovered about $10,000 of jewellery was missing. A pesky buggers, man, taking advantage of an old guy. The two men took the stolen jewellery to a pawn shop in Martin County, and surveillance camera caught Gazzo dancing as he was leaving the shop. Ha ha! Last laugh on you, Florida man. The 31-year-old was captured while his alleged accomplice is still at large. Yes, if you know anything, ladies and gentlemen. But no, I just seen a headline there that really shocked me. You know, we were having a laugh earlier on about men eating steak, and we're having to eat steak because we're making up for a lack of masculinity. All right, it's another food-related story that really, I can't believe this is true. I've not read it. The byline says we're doomed if this is true. Surely not. What if I was to tell you that 40% of American children think that hot dogs, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for it? Are vegetables. Yes, not making it up. What on earth is going on? So it says here, many children in the US appear to be extremely hazy on the details about where the food they eat on a daily basis comes from, especially when it comes to meat. In shocking new research spotted by Sapien Journal, scientists found that children are surprisingly terrible at identifying where certain kinds of meat comes from. And alarmingly, 40% of children interviewed for the research believed that hot dogs come from plants, and more than 46% thought that French fries were a type of animal. Is this April the 1st? There's no date on it. It's got to be April the 1st, right? It's actually not, folks. It's a new story. The root of the issue may be what is often referred to as the meat paradox. Has anything ever been referred to as the meat paradox? I think I'm making that up. The fact that children are aware producing meat products entails animals suffering while still endorsing the empathetic treatment of the animals. This may be the result of pesky parents. Of course it's the result. Blame the parents, of course. Being hesitant to teach their children where meat products come from, which is a worrying trend, given that the children's taste and propensity to eat meat could eventually have significant impacts on climate change. Researchers interviewed 176 children from the US. Not a great number then. Between the ages of 4 and 7. Oh, well, 4 and 7. Well, come on, man. I probably would have been forgiven for thinking hot dogs were like giant's fingers or something. I don't know. Living in a metropolitan area in the southeast. Given the limited sample size and specific geographic area, the researchers warn that the results may not be generalizable. generalizable. Now, they've just made that word up, haven't they? So that other age groups of children growing up in cultures or even regions of the United States. So yes, it's not everything it seemed in the headline, folks. I think it's I, as a pseudoscientist, I think can say, look, I don't honestly think 40% of all American children think that. Probably somewhere closer to 35. And I mean children all around the world. Doesn't just need to be America, folks. There can be everywhere. Since we're a nice global community now, kumbaya. And on that note, I'm going to absolutely thank you all profusely for being here. Remember, we've got memberships on the channel. It gets you about 10, 15 minutes of warm-up content before we go live on a Sunday. I'm really enjoying these Sundays. It kind of makes up for the lack of content we get during the week now. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you come back next week. We'll get into more craziness, more high strangeness. I'm going to really find a couple of cracking Rudolph clips if we get away with this week. Really, really good ones. And we'll get something going. Maybe I'll introduce you to some of the other characters of YouTube that I like to keep an eye on. There's more? Yes, there's more. Oh, yes, I've got an impressive lineup that I may be willing to share. So some of them I wouldn't tell anybody I watch. But hey, it is what it is. Listen, Mannerus says, great to hear and see you, King Gnome. Mannerus, my good friend. Of course, Oak Island. Oak Island is out and about now, folks. Whoa. Algo! Boom! Algo, man. 13 months, dude. Dang. Oh, you rock, brother. You rock. Honestly, thank you so much. And great call the other night on Freaky Friday. A great call. And I hope you're enjoying this longer form streaming on a Sunday. I certainly do. I'll be back. Jimmy Jean's in the chat room as well. The Jimmy, man. Big shout out to Jimmy. Check out what he's doing over there. I caught his reverse perverse circus, where he was doing the backward speech with Doc McCairn, Rio, a guy called Bruce who was having absolutely none of it. And it was good. Really good. Good to see you, Jimmy, man. And Jimmy will be appearing live with me at a device near you on Wednesday, when he is on the Kev Baker show. It's the Kev and Jimmy show on a Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. What else is happening in the chat before we go away? Anything happening? I'll go let people know when you're on next. Yes, indeed. Me needs me some more pineapple juice. But that's okay. What else is happening out there? What did I do? What was nasty? What did I say? What did I do? Tiffany, what did I say? What did I say? If I said something nasty, I apologize. I don't think I did. I can't remember what I said 10 seconds ago, so. Good to see you, Jimbo. Good to see you, man. A little bit of a delay, you know. The Malaya, Jennifer. Jennifer says, not just kids are stupid. I dated a guy who yelled at me because I didn't agree with him that Gary Sinise, a.k.a. Lieutenant Dan, didn't have his legs removed for Forrest Gump. There you go. There you go. Pesky, pesky man. Get him told, Jennifer. Get him told. Wednesdays. Fun show, yeah. Say hi, Anne. She's snoozing happily behind me. She's been working like a Trojan. Really has. I don't want to go. No, I need to get going, folks. I need to get going. But this has been fun, right? I think so, anyway. It's been all over the place. UFOs, woo, ghosties. Did we have ghosties? We did. We did have ghosties. We've seen the videos, Carmel Maine and that. Hey, Queen, I'm glad to be back. The more, listen, any day I can do it, I will do it. It's just that I've got to keep the energy levels. I'm watching them very closely these days. Yes. Been fun. Marty, Bernays, Algo, Jennifer, all of you out there. Thank you all so much for being here, and we'll play us out with our different little tune we had today. And you can find a description for that in the description, the link's there. Gonna love you, gonna leave you. You lot absolutely rock. Absolutely rock. Man. Keep it real, folks. Keep it real. Thank you, Algo, Ron, Jocelyn. Awesome stuff, folks. Awesome stuff. If you want to support the show, PayPal is in the description, but only for those who can. And like I say, I'll be back next week here for sure. Keep your eye open on the channel throughout the week. There may be more streams coming your way.
Our battle was in defense of the hallowed tenets of liberty, fraternity, equality before the law. The liberty of a citizen cannot be so easily taken away and trifled with. If you are doing your duty to stand up for the truth, you cannot be muzzled. You cannot be threatened. You cannot be intimidated. A whole slew of cases cannot be put against you. We will fight and we will die if we have to. The truth will prevail.